What's going on, everybody? We in here. Time to get it in. Start the week off strong. Excuse me. We're gonna start the week off real strong and right. That's subjective, but hey, it is what it is. Misery loves degeneracy. Yeah. That's how we're gonna start. We're gonna start this week off. Greetings to all y'all, wherever you are. Morning, noon, night, top of the day, top of the week. We're starting the day off strong. This is about empowerment, people. It is about being uplifted, for goodness sakes. But through the process of empowering and uplifting, I have to break some things down because it's just what it's going to be. I got to break some things down for people because folks out here, they got it twisted. They got it all the way backwards and twisted. You got to get broken down to be built, to be developed, right? Yeah. So that's part of what's going on here. Forge through the fire, about to create the flames, make you strong and come out on top. Be well conditioned to face whatever you have to face, because that's what it is. Because that's what it seems like it's headed to. Again, this is about empowerment. Raising somebody from some type of certain condition, raising them to a different condition. Hopefully it's a higher, a better condition, a better situation. People in crypto, it's so crazy. That's why I speak within DeFi, because there's cryptocurrency. There's folks that deal with crypto that don't understand DeFi. They shy away from DeFi because they rather have other people control their monies. And they'll say they're in crypto, which is not really crypto, but that's a topic for a different discussion. I'm talking about DeFi, where you are literally in the trenches within the scope of being free, and these terms that y'all like to exalt, sovereign. That's the space. This is what you're trying to deal with. This is what you're trying to create. This is what you're trying to engender, right? Freedom, sovereignty, independence, all these things. That's the trenches DeFi represents. But some of y'all act very, very, very strange. Very, very strange. And claim you're in DeFi, but behave extremely bizarre, peculiar, weird, and want to judge everybody else as such. And we about to get into it. We're gonna get into it. Because there's certain things that you gotta just break down. People do not like to have certain ugly conversations. And what do I mean by ugly conversation? It's those moments where you look at yourself in the mirror, and these moments when you look at yourself in the mirror, you have no one else to front for. You have nobody else to lie for because you're looking at yourself. And you have to identify all the things good that you always keep on your mind and all the things that you don't like. All the flaws, all the shortcomings, all the things that you ignore, all the weaknesses that you have, all the things that you don't like. That's what the ugly conversation is. And that's what's about to be happening right now. And I'm not going to take too much of your time. There's a lot of people in crypto, right? Especially I'm gonna just say in crypto because some people they do different things. They jump in different bags in crypto. They'll jump in the custodial. They're pro custodial. They'll say they're in crypto, but they don't mind giving up their private keys to different entities, and they'll say they're in crypto. And then they'll float somewhere along the lines of testing the waters of DeFi, But they look at DeFi as being some form of a degenerate space in crypto. They look at DeFi as a form of degeneracy. You know why they look at DeFi as a form of degeneracy? With some of these crypto heads that are not really in crypto, they're just too scared and they just love third-party middlemen, but want to tap their toes in the waters of DeFi. But DeFi is too disgusting. It's too muddy. It's ugly for them, right? It's too grimy. It's because the people in DeFi, we don't exalt enough or praise the space enough to rise it above the level of a degenerate, because so many people in DeFi label themselves as degenerates. So what respect do you think you're going to get? I don't know what y'all are looking for. I really don't know what y'all are looking for. James Doe in the building, what's going on? Rolando in the building, what's going on? Good people, we in here. You're embracing the term degeneracy. You're a degenerate. But you're excited about mass adoption. Excited about mass adoption. You want people to come over and utilize everything that's in the space. But it's all. What do you call yourself? What are you proud to call yourself? What are the behaviors in the space that you exhibit that you praise being a degenerate. You have people that call themselves that. You have people that name groups as such. And then they will also tout financial information to you and to the world to make you believe that they know what they're talking about. To make you believe that they have one leg up above you. To make you believe they have the information that you seek, that you're looking for. Because ultimately, these people are you're watching them just like you're listening to me now through a device. And then talking in a certain way to convince you that they're all knowledgeable about a certain subject that you're interested to hear and learn about. So not in a very opportune moment, you're going to be presented with a certain decision to make, right? Are you going to believe what they're talking about? Because what they're going to do as a degenerate is look for company. It's trying to convince you, listen, you're missing out on whatever degenerative activity that they're engaged in. You're missing out. And what are you going to do? Because you don't want to be left out. You're going to follow suit. You're going to follow suit. And think about it. This is something that seethes in DeFi. It's rampant in DeFi. It's a mentality. It's a mentality that people propose that you and I and others should embrace, should accept. To be a degenerate, to behave like a degenerate with your money. And imagine the sickness, imagine the twisted illness in that thought pattern right there. Just think about it for a second. What does being a degenerate even mean to you? I'll tell you what it means to me. When you're a degenerate, when you represent being a degenerate, you're not for generating anything. You're not for increasing or adding to anything, especially of value. You're about subtracting. You're about taking away. You're about reducing value because you're a degenerate. And make it make sense if you're talking about being a degenerate and offering people ways to add financial value to their life. Like, come on, people. Like, y'all can't be this dense. Y'all cannot be this dense, man. Like, this boggles my mind, yo. And folks will tell you they have the formula. They know how to DeFi. They know how to make money in crypto. They know how to do all this because they are proud degenerates. So again, you're looking for mass adoption. You're looking for people to believe into whatever you got going on. You want folks to take you serious? You think in the real world, you'd be taken serious if you stand on a corner or you open up some type of store and you put a sign out on it and you say, welcome to my degenerate business, place of business. You think folks are going to take you serious? Why should it be different in crypto? But see, in crypto, you can manipulate the minds of the people who are weak very easily. You can manipulate a person's thought patterns in cryptocurrency because you're still doing things behind a computer screen through these devices. You could basically try to appeal to individual sensibilities, tap into whatever button that makes them move or makes them feel good within their body, within their brain or whatever. So then they can engender some type of affinity for you. Now, who's going to be mad at you if you're making them feel good? And on top of that, you speak in a language that they like because they're going through financial hardship. So couple that with your charm, with your sweet talk. Oh, now it's hook, line, and sinker. They got the bait. They got it. Now you could present your degenerative ways, your degenerative crypto practices, and tell them you're not giving financial advice, and tell them they have to do their own research. Behaving like some type of pseudo leader. Meanwhile, all you're doing is high stakes, high form, excessive gambling. All you're doing is being a gambler, talking shit on the internet, having fun, pillaging through the intangible hearts and minds of your supporters and viewers who are unsuspecting, don't even know any better. All of a sudden, they find themselves thinking like you because they listen to you all the time. And again, they've grown to have an affinity for you, some type of connection for you. And you speak that degenerate talk, that you're a degenerate, guess what? They're going to start to believe that they're degenerates too. And since you exclaim to be a degenerate and talk about what you do as a degenerate, they're going to do the same too. The likelihood, or at least at minimum, the likelihood of them doing the same is very incredibly probable. It's very high. You jump out the window, they coming out the window with you too. Because people are miserable. Right? You don't want to be alone and miserable. And oftentimes when individuals are miserable and they have no hope, they are hopeless, they feel defeated, they seek support. And oftentimes, if they're not careful, they'll find that support in the wrong areas, the wrong times, with the wrong people. It's worse when you're even living a life of loneliness, when you're alone in life, you're suffering financially, you're going through all types of monetary hardship. You find something that might lead you somewhere or might give you some type of hope within crypto space, but then you even go even more underground in the crypto bowels of the crypto belly and find DeFi, where it's gritty, where it's dirty, it's muddy, it's corrupt. You got to get your hands dirty, literally, because you wanted freedom, right? Well, freedom costs. You want to be sovereign, right? Well, that costs. You're independently doing everything in DeFi. But you don't know how to. So you find somebody that's talking that talk to you, that you appreciate. The problem is they embrace degeneracy. They proudly hold to that title and live up to it. Again, in your natural life, in your real life, open your eyes and open your mind, folks. Open your awareness. Realize what's going on around you. When you go out into the world, if someone were to tell you directly, in front of you, face to face, that they were a degenerate, how would you treat them? What would be the first thing that comes to mind? Is this somebody who you would entrust with anything? Anything, forget about money, with anything. Unless you representing the same qualities, the same values, the same principles that they represent. How do you trust a degenerate with financial advice? Talk to, like, for real. Let's keep this all the way simple. Y'all are fools for following behind somebody who proudly just beats their chest and talk about, yeah, this is the degen squad. we just degen our way through crypto. Like, that's cool. Are you a child? Are you immature? You have to be. You got to be in your teens. You got to be Generation Z or Generation whatever after Z. Alpha? You a baby? You just came out the nutsack? Like, what are you doing? People are supposed to take you serious? Nobody's gonna take a person like that. Like, I'm look like you have to take your degenerate self outside of your body and look at how foolish you are. Acting, how foolish you look, acting like a complete buffoon, an imbecile, telling the world on social media that you have some type of pulse on the street within crypto because you're some type of crypto degenerate, and that affords you the knowledge, wisdom, and respect. Out here, are you crazy? Who you attracting? Bums like you. People with low-level thinking and attitude and persona and personality like you. That's all you're attracting. Misery loves degeneracy. Success loves company too, though. Success loves company. You understand? You can't talk to me about being a degenerate and you're seeking success in life. You can't tell me about being a freaking thief and you seeking success in life. If that's not oxymoronic, I don't know what is. You can't tell me about being some kind of assailant, some type of person that deals and inflicts or handles and participates in nefarious activity and tell me you looking to be success towards what? Losing your freedom? You think everybody who's listening to you is a fool? You think everyone's dumb? You have to. Everything is a joke. Everything with my money is not a joke. You understand? You know, there's this trolling, meme troll culture that's present in crypto, right? Folks like to laugh and joke with their money. Make that make sense to me. Because I've never joked when it comes to my bread. I've never joked when I made the first dime in my life. And I remember I must have been 6 years old. I wasn't joking then. I'm not joking now behind money. Are you crazy? Y'all are mad. You don't understand nothing. I recycled bottles, 40-ounce beer bottles. When I was 6, 7 years old, got bread off that. 5 cents a clip. And I respected the value of money then. I didn't laugh when I got paid. Are you serious? Bumbling fools, miscreants, and idiots. What type of cretin, what hole did you come out of that wasn't infected with lunacy? Trying to spread your ignorant disease to the minds of the weak and unsuspecting. How dare you? You crazy? You have to be. You have to be. We're in crypto right here. We're in Defi. In the dirty of the dirty. You're dealing with money. It's nothing sweet. Like, y'all keep looking for some nice, happy, potpourri situation. It's none of that, y'all. What happy potpourri situation do you find in the real life legacy world in investing and buying businesses and trying to work and busting your ass and paying bills? Is that all funny to you? Is that all kaha kiki? Is that a comedy session for you? Is it a comedy fest? No, it's not. No, it's not. So why should it be different in crypto? It's a freaking lazy type of way of thinking and attitude to laugh at your own money like that you don't deserve it. That's why it gets siphoned away from you, from engendering the degenerative qualities from these fake ass content creators who you follow and love. I don't care how small their channel is, how large their channel is, how large or small their presence is on social media, on the internet. They're suckers. They don't care about you and I. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is convincing you that you're a loser and they're a winner in their degenerative state, in their degenerative stance, position, and condition, and keep you in a state of subservitude and submission. It's not about building you up. It's not about uplifting you. It's not about giving you information to empower you to use and utilize on your own time to improve your quality of life. It's not about that. It's about buying into their lies, buying into their conditions of deceit so that you can continuously remain powerless. Imagine we have to deal with the oppressive, cyclical, tyrannical nature of the financial legacy system. You land in crypto, in DeFi, and you gotta be subjugated to more abuse? Are you kidding me? And you allow yourself, because no one's forcing you to be in this space, you allow yourself to drink the degenerate Kool-Aid of some bum who you'll never meet, who's talking shit to you, telling you you're doing something wrong and they're doing everything right. Meanwhile, they wear the degenerate outfit. They proudly stand on that. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You can't. Because at some point, the day of reckoning where you have to have that ugly conversation with yourself, it happens in everyone's life, whether they want to admit it or not. Even a narcissist has to have their own day of reckoning. Facts. Whether you go to sleep, you wash your ass or don't wash your ass. Whether you look at your reflection in water or a mirror, you have to face yourself one day at one moment in your life and really face the truth. Be like, yo, what's your purpose in life, yo? What's your purpose? Because if you have that degenerate label and you wear that outfit on you, you got to deal with everything that comes with it. Number one, you're not going to get any respect in the world. You might get respect in make-believe, some make-believe fictitious illusion that you create on the internet, but in the real world, zero. It's quiet for you. That's why you got to create some type of fake empire or legion or squadron of brainless, mindless sheep that's going to follow you to your destruction. You got to create that, because in actual life, you lead nothing. What do you lead in life? And if you do lead something in life and it's highlighted on the internet, I feel sorry for the people who's following you. That's a fact. It's a fact. Somebody supposed to take you serious? You dealing with people's money, but you could call yourself crypto degenerate? They're all out here. Y'all know them. Y'all know them. You know them. Don't act like you know. This goes out to all of them, yo. All of them. Oh, I'm gonna do my degenerate this. They slap their hands together and rub it. Oh, it's time they do the Birdman. The bird rubbing their hands like Birdman. Those who know. Eagerly waiting to do something, gamble whatever earnings they got, but then make you feel like you're missing out. Because while they're saying these things and while they're doing these things, they're going to make you feel bad because all of a sudden, again, they're appealing to your senses. Not telling you that the majority of the time they're losing. The majority of the time, gamblers, what do you think happens to gamblers? Why do you think it's an addiction? Why do you think people regard that as a disease? Because the spirit of a gambler is destructive. It's like any other addiction. It's destructive. Destroys your quality of life from inside out. And that's what's happening here. That's what's being celebrated here. And I don't stand for it. I'm not a part of that. And never will be. Ever. I work with the indigent, marginalized, mentally ill population who are fucked up every fucking day. You think I'm going to support? I'm going to try to help them and then jump on here and be a contradicting lie. Live a life of a liar, a living lie, and tell y'all some foolishness about being a degenerate? You crazy. You crazy. That leads to nothing but loss and destruction and sorrow and misery. Like I said in the title of this, misery loves degeneracy. People want to feel bad together. They want to feel bad. And what does that lead to sometimes? If you don't have a strong foundation, you don't have a support system, and you feel bad, you go somewhere where you're looking for that support system. You're looking for that connection. And oftentimes it's not in the most desirable places. And what happens? You end up in a worse situation than you started. Do I have to spell things out? And in some cases, you end up in a condition that's going to cost you so much more to get out of. Because you welcomed even more problems to your life. Come on, son. Like, this is terrible. It's disgusting. Disgusting to me, man. Disgusting. Utterly disgusting. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how destructive just the mind, just the power of the word is. No one even talks about that in crypto. They don't talk about it enough. They just spew shit. They just regurgitate whatever. Oh yeah, peer-to-peer. Do your own research. Immutable code. Like fucking mindless drones, mindless robots, members of the board. Shout out to all the Star Trekkies, the Trekkies out there. Y'all don't really think for yourselves and think critically and try to really push the culture forward in a certain way, to embrace education, to embrace uplifting people, raising their fucking spirits. They're already going through hardship, and you're making that shit even worse for them. Lying to the people on a consistent basis. That's why this space is gonna take forever. That's why mass adoption is not gonna come like how you would love. Because I used to believe in that. Once the institutions come, it's it. We're gonna go straight to the moon. The institutions have been here. They've been here for years. We're in a bear market. They've been here. But it's because of behaviors like this, all the trash that happened last year, 2022, the scams that have come and gone, because y'all love these third parties, love it. Even Bitcoin heads. There was a guy that just talked about how he got hacked. He's a Bitcoin person. How he got hacked because he entrusted some type of third-party middleman, not just one, but multiple, with his private keys. This is a Bitcoin maxi person who's been in the thing for years, who travels the world, who could barely trust himself, but he's lying to the people, making you and I believe that Bitcoin is the truth. Meanwhile, and however many years later, you get hacked. You get hacked because you entrusted somebody else with your private keys, something so basic. But you lie to your people and act as if you're the all-knowing authority, representative. This is what I'm talking about, folks. The contradictions are sick. The hypocrisy is ill. You gotta really see things for what they are, man. Because everything that you see on the internet, everything that you hear on the internet is not the truth, is not what it appears to be or appears to sound like. Trust and believe, yo. Because if it doesn't resonate in your spirit a certain way where you're just like, oh, you could feel it in your heart, you could feel it in your gut. When somebody's saying something to you, it just hits you. It connects with your spirit. If you don't feel that, oftentimes that intuition is not clicking and letting you know something. Oftentimes you know what you're hearing. What you're hearing is not a fact. It's not it. It's not legit. They're lying to you, man. Sad. It's sad, people. Folks, I don't know who's out there, but salute to everybody in the chat. Right now, I can't really get engaged in the chat, but I salute y'all. Thank you for coming through and things of that nature. Hope you take heed to a little bit of what I'm saying, and if you do, that's all I can do. But this space is riddled from the top to the bottom with bullshit, yo. Whatever you do is within your scope and control. That's all that matters. No one person is gonna fix any of this stuff, man. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: when I see this stuff and all this stuff and this thing about degenerate this, degenerate that, degenerate, yo, I don't subscribe to that. I don't wear that. I don't hold on to that. That's something that is damn near insult. It is. There's nothing complimenting, there's not something I see favorable. Oh yeah, oh, Crypto Wonder, oh, he's a lovely degenerate. How does that even work? I'm not doing that. Come on, man. Make it make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. You in crypto, you're trying to make money and trying to help people, educate the masses, but you praise to be a degenerate. You're taking the value away. You're reducing the value. You're subtracting. There's no other, how else can you describe it? You're adding nothing to the fold, to the collective. You're doing nothing. You're doing the exact opposite. Because you're talking about being a degenerate. You stand on that. That's not a glaring contradiction. There's nothing like a person, you can't make it more clear than that, folks. And they're in this community, they're in every community in crypto. Because I've been around. They're all over. They're not going to disappear. Because you actually need them to be around so you know what to never become. You could identify the foolishness. You could identify, and they could be your example, your symbol of what you never want to become, regardless of whatever they're trying to promise you. I mean that. I mean that for real. Like, we take losses. This is not brand new. We take losses, but my goodness, some of these losses we could prevent. We could prevent. It's not hard. Like, most of it rests on us. This is DeFi. This is on you. You by yourself. You make the decisions. A lot of this that can be prevented starts with us as individuals in this space. Being smart, being secure, at using strategies, thinking of a plan and executing on the plan. And not having to tell the world what you're doing. Do you tell the world how you spend your fiat dollars in life? No. No. So why are you doing it on the internet? That's something I never understood too. I don't understand that. You think you when you're on the internet, you just fly to some type of fantasy, some type of land that's remote, metaverse, some matrix for real, like you some type of alternate reality. No, we didn't get that yet in life. No, you're in the real world, supplanted right here, and people don't like you like that. I don't give a fuck. I know people don't like me. I don't care. People didn't like me since I shot out my father's nuts, rest in peace. I ain't give a fuck, I'm still here. I don't care, I don't do this for popularity. This is what it is. It's what it is. People don't want you to be successful. Folks don't want you to have more than them, especially with the fastest appreciating asset class. Understand this. Understand it always goes back to making money. Do you think for a second that others want you to be successful by making money? Do you think for a second that people want that for you? You think for a second that people not only want that for you, that they want you to exceed better, do exceedingly well, better than they are? You think that's the reality? Think again. Think again. And the numbers that are being talked about over here is staggering. It's staggering. It's staggering. And people take it as a joke. People take it as a joke. That's why a person could tell you to your face, they're a degenerate. They're a crypto degenerate. And they're engaging in different activities within the crypto DeFi space that's going to force you, if you're weak, it's going to force you, if you're naive, if you don't think for yourself, 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up doing the same nonsense they're doing and think that you're a part of something. Why? Because misery loves degeneracy. You now found somebody to connect to, because of whatever internal woes and lacking that's going on within you. And treating your financial well-being as a joke. Not taking it serious at all. How does that work? Make that make sense. How do you rationalize that? Like, that's crazy to me, yo. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But then you're looking for all these X gains, multiple X gains, this X gain, that X gain. How? How? When you succumb to the whims of the degenerate at a second, boom, just like that. You just give it all up and all of a sudden you're a degenerate because you wear that hat so proudly. How? How you think you're going to be successful in crypto long term? I'm over it. I'm over it. Good people. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Enjoy your day. Keep your eyes open. Remain vigilant out here. And I'm going to say this one last thing before I bounce. A lot of y'all, I don't know if you know, but a lot of y'all, like when it's about operational security, this is again something else that these degenerate, so-called degenerate, it doesn't come up in these conversations, right? It doesn't come up with people who espouse and tout and profess to be degenerates, right? Like to secure your I mean, this is just so, it's mind-boggling. Anyway, like it's crazy. It's like in real life, it's almost like, yo, keep your doors open. Allow the public to enter your home, to enter and leave your home at any time, at any time they will, because you're just a free, open-spirited, free degenerate. Like, what? Crazy. This illness, lunacy, absolute lunacy. When you leave, someone brought to my attention a very long time ago and educated me on privacy and certain things of that nature. Something as simple as leaving an email. If somebody has your email account, they can track you. You can be easily tracked. Because a lot of us don't think when we use these apps, we leave information, or we freely give our information to the internet. Freely. Oh, you need this password, use a phone number or your email. Guess what? You dial in your email. And or you gotta log into this other app or this other app, and sometimes your email, boom, boom, boom. Or you gotta apply to, you wanna open up an app, you put all your information, and they'll say email, boom, 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 boom. Just by having access to your just by knowing what your email is, people can find everything, so much information about you. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. I don't know if many people know that, but that's some information I'm sharing with y'all to again promote securing your best interest, operational security. Like, this is real. When we're talking about the numbers here that's going on over here, folks tell you, oh, 10,000 X gains, it's not small money, it's not small numbers. You see what the Hexicans have gone through. Those who suffered what they call sudden wealth syndrome and all these different things and blah, 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 millionaires in a short period of time. You see the life change. You've seen what they've gone through. And you're talking about more coins that have been since developed, the post-chain and post-X, okay, that can do comparable to what Hex has done or even better. This is, folks, treat your money seriously. Like, take like serious, like for real. It's not a joke. Be serious about your security. But again, it looks like most won't. It looks like many people won't reach to that point because you engender and embrace the spirit of the degenerate behaviors of modern man and woman. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible. That's why a lot of people, and they say they're already telling you, they're already sending you these messages to defeat yourself and telling you, you won't make it. Part of that reason why they tell you that you won't make it is so that you do not make it, because they don't want you to make it. They don't want you to rise to levels where you just go through all kinds of hurdles and you reach that breakthrough and you reach that number that you want and your life changes automatically. They don't want that for you. And you help them by encouraging and having bad practices, bad crypto practices, bad habits, bad routines. You don't respect your money. You embrace these poor attitudes, the investing attitudes. You don't even care. You take it all as a joke. And so you got to deal with the consequences that go with that. Good people, I got to go. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I want y'all to have a good, blessed day. Blessed day. Be strong, be vigilant. Keep your mind sharp. Open your eyes, and everything that you see is not always what it is. Everything that you hear is not always the truth. It's not. And a lot of these people, they're telling you, they're lying to your face. They speak with forked tongues. How do you respect somebody with any type of financial information or even crypto information and entertainment telling you that they are a degenerate and they embrace the activities of a degenerate within the crypto DeFi space? Like, please, folks, think. Take care.